This summer, a new exhibit was unveiled at Whitefish Point, remembering one of the Great Lakes' most infamous shipwrecks. Corey Adkins shows us in this week's Northern Michigan in Focus.
Lead the way, Barb.
All right, here we go.
It's about the 28 guys that didn't make it.
In August, dozens of family members of the men of the Daniel J. Morrell gathered at Whitefish Point for a special tribute. The Morrell went down on November 29, 1966, taking 28 men with it. There was one survivor, Dennis Hale. The Great Lakes Shipwreck Historical Society created this exhibit to remember the men.
I knew it was going to be emotional, and I knew that, and I had kind of prepared myself for that.
The ship split in two in a massive storm. The bow sank first as the stern motored on for almost 5 more miles.
I couldn't imagine. And how about the after end? I mean, they messed with that for another 5 miles. And they showed it, according to the clock, it was like 3 hours. That would have been horrible to experience that for 3 hours, knowing you're going.
Dennis got on a raft with 3 other guys. Over the next 38 hours, the 3 men succumbed to the elements. Dennis was found washed ashore by Harbor Beach, Michigan, with only a pea coat and this life jacket on.
When I got to the life jacket, I lost it. That was a big part of him, and that's only one. I mean, there isn't any other artifact like that. There's no other one. There's other life jackets, but this was his, where they had cut it off of him at the hospital, and we know it was his.
Dennis spent years traveling the country telling people his story, doing everything he could to honor his friends who died that night.
This is Dennis's dying wish to keep the story going about his crewmates. That's what he wanted. They've got to be his family when he was out there on the boat.
The exhibit was designed to travel the Great Lakes in different museums, but for now, it will remain at Whitefish Point for the next few years.
It's about the 28 men that didn't make it. It's not all about Dennis, but Dennis was a miracle that he survived. But we can't forget the 28 men.
I want them to see the kind of life that the crew had. I want them to know that the crew has not forgotten.
For Northern Michigan in Focus, I'm Corey Adkins.